Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Will. I'm Will Cesark, and today we're picking fresh tomatoes for a fresh canned tomato sauce. And I'm here with Aunt Lena and my family, and she's going to tell us all about it.
Well, this is something that we do every year. We come out to the farm, we pick bushels of tomatoes, we bring them home, we wash them, we can them, and we save them for the whole year.
Sounds awesome. So can you show me a good tomato?
I am ready to go if you are.
All right, let's go, guys.
William, when you pick a tomato, you have to make sure that it's all red.
All right.
If you get it orange like this, you have to lay it out and for a couple of days until it gets fully red to ripen in order to use it for sauce. They need to be really red. And you also have to be careful when you pick them up that they don't have these little black marks underneath.
What does that mean?
Because that means you have to clean that up. That's good.
This is a bad tomato because this might contaminate your sauce because there's yellow spots on it.
See these right here? Those are good tomatoes. You see, William, sometimes you have to lift up some of the branches to be able to find the hidden fruit below. You see that?
Yeah.
These are probably the first tomatoes that were starting to bloom under here.
And look at this, I found a bunch.
And it usually takes quite a while to pick a bushel of tomatoes, especially if you want to be careful and get really ripe ones. So for every bushel that you pick, you can usually get about 20 jars of sauce.
How much is in a bushel? Some of them are green, they're not fully ripe, right? When they're green like that?
Yes. And actually, you can make giardiniera with those. The giardiniera, it's really all different sorts of vegetables. They're hard, so that's why you would pick a green tomato, and then you jar it in vinegar, equal parts of vinegar and water, and you have to boil it in the jars. And then you jar it and it stays for quite a while. You could put peppers in there, you could put carrots in there, a whole bunch of vegetables.
Oh, sounds good.
Now, as kids in Italy, this is what we did. We went to the farms, our own farms mostly, and collected our tomatoes, and we made sauce so that we would have it for the winter. You know, when I used to come here with my father-in-law, we used to bring sandwiches because we would be here practically all day. And we used to bring the kids, and we would have a picnic.
This is my cousin.
When you start dumping them, when you can see them all together, you'll be able to see the different colors of red. Some of them are yellowish, that take quite a while to ripen. This is redder, so that's how you know. And then when you sort them out at home, you pick out the really red ones first and use those. And as you're pouring them in, you'll be able to look and see quickly if there's anything that needs to be pulled out. Like this one, we don't want it. And this one, we don't want it. All right, William, when you see the stems on them, there's two reasons why we don't put them in there with the stems on. One reason is they take up too much space, and we want to fit in as many tomatoes as we can. Okay. And the other reason is because these things might poke a hole in our really good tomatoes while they're sitting in there for, you know, a few hours while you're driving home. And you don't want to have that because then you're going to have, you take them off and you put them in your basket without them.
So we gotta pick more?
Back to picking.
All right. Come on, Frank. Now we're gonna make tomato sauce. Hey there, and now we're back at home. We're gonna make some tomato sauce with Aunt Lena and show me how to make some tomato sauce.
Okay, we're gonna start with the tomatoes. You just cut them into quarts and you throw them in the pot.
And what happens if they're soft?
If they're soft, you wanna make sure that you smell them first. Or if you see like little spots like that, you wanna cut that off.
And how long do you cook it for in the pot?
I have a pot going. We have a pot going over there, and it takes about half an hour for the tomatoes to cook down. And you put it through our machine, a tomato machine,
Okay.
which takes out the skins and the seeds.
That's great. So what do you do if you don't have a machine at home?
There is a machine that you could do by hand. You throw the tomatoes in there and you squeeze all the juice out, and the seeds and the skins stay on the sides, and you just throw it out when you're done.
And what if you don't have a machine? Like, can you make it any other way?
Well, in the old days, they used to have like screens material that they used to press the tomatoes into these screens and take all the juices out. And of course, the skin didn't go through and the seeds didn't go through, but that was a long time ago. The sauce has been cooking for over half an hour. You can see from the lines around the pot how high the tomatoes were.
Yeah, it was pretty high.
And it's kind of thick right now, so when you put it through the machine, you're going to have a good consistency. Very hot.
You gotta be careful. What does this do for the
The
tomatoes?
machine separates the skins and the seeds of the tomatoes. So all you get is just the pulp. This is all pulp. This gets all mixed up inside the juice. So everything that's on here goes inside the pot. Okay, we're gonna fill up the jars with sauce. You're gonna put some basil leaves in there that's been washed and dried. 2 or 3, depends on how much basil you like. And then you're gonna use this funnel made just for jars. And then with a ladle, you fill it up. And just get the lids. And you gotta put it on top and tighten it really tight. As hard as you can. Okay? And then you put them in hot water. They're gonna be boiling in there for 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
Look at all those birds flying away. How beautiful is that?
I just want to thank Aunt Lena for bringing us to the farm today, and also for showing us how to can fresh tomato sauce. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Cooking with Will. And if you want this recipe and also see the show again, you can go on my website. It's www.cookingwithwill.com. I'm Will Cesar. Gotta go. Ciao.